Alak na lu. Oh, should I change to my other shorts? What? Should I change to my...
Hello. Can every
Not. How is everyone doing today, family?
Great.
Let me see some good mornings in the chat, guys. Hey, that's what I wanted to see, guys. Good morning, good morning. How are you feeling today, Santi? Oh man, we have a full house already, Santi. Yeah, guys, can you hear me correctly? Everything working fine on my end?
Hear me?
Yeah, let's go.
We can hear you, Jose. Could we just remind the community that the main text chat channel is the main stage chat and not the chat channel attached to the stage, please, guys?
Yeah,
Okay,
guys.
That's important. That's important. Main stage chat is the chat we're using during the main stage, guys. That's really important for you to know. And so if you understand what I'm saying, go and tag me on the main stage chat. I will do it again. I think you guys actually broke my internet connection, but yeah, there you go. There you go. I want those Santa gifts. Let's go.
Man,
Let's
the beaver,
go.
man.
Who's hyped for Copa? Who's hyped for Copa? Let's go.
No! I'm so happy for today, Santi. Man, we are finally getting Copa started. Let's go, guys. This is awesome. What a beautiful day. Today's sunny here in Brazil.
We got
Oh,
Ash as
let's
well.
go. Ash is
You guys
on the
can hear me
stage.
now. Awesome. All right. Sorry, guys. I was having some mic difficulties, but thank you so much for hopping in.
Oh,
Well,
did we lose her again? No.
no, man.
That was really close. Jose, can you believe that my internet connection actually is down just when we were starting?
No, man,
Like,
man. These
at
things always
11
happen,
o'clock
right?
my time, at 11 o'clock my time, I was actually muted by my internet. That's crazy.
No, man. Oh my god. But yeah, guys, it's a day full of emotions. Even the internet is feeling, the good vibes that we have here. We are so glad to have you all on stage with us in the stage. Man, we have so much prepared for today. I don't even know where to get started, Santi. I don't know, man. I'm feeling chills all over my body. My penguin bones are trembling today.
Yeah, man,
And
I'm super excited. I'm super excited, guys. It's important to know that this is a moment in history. This is a
yeah,
moment
guys.
in history. This is the very first Copa ever, man.
Yeah,
A
man.
moment
Oh
in
my
time.
god. Yeah, I get
Are you excited as excited as I am?
senti, man. I barely could sleep today, you know. My mind was like a whole night long of Tokyo drifting playing on my head and trying to figure out how to best perform here. But yeah, man, now we are here. And yeah, guys, maybe we need a slow chat because the chat's burning, man. The chat is
Yeah,
burning.
the chat is
Everyone's
burning. But I have to introduce someone right now, a surprise guest. Well, I don't know, no, not surprise. We announced yesterday, but we have Matt from Solana Foundation here. Matt, can you hear us? Can you copy us?
Yep, copy.
Hello, Matt, man. How are
hey,
you
Matt.
doing? All good?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. We are super excited as well. So thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit who you are. You're from Solana Foundation, right? What
Yep.
is your role there?
Yeah, I'm tech and product leadership for Solana Foundation. So it totally leads Solana Labs, which is kind of the core protocol contributors, and Foundation does the ecosystem stuff. So all the projects in the ecosystem, we try to just accelerate them and make sure there's tools and everything from tools to regulatory things. We try to make sure that all those things are able for the ecosystem and apps to flourish as much as we can.
Perfect. So thank you so much for joining us. You see, you're feeling how the vibe is here in the Star Atlas community. Everybody's crazy, and you're now part of the history of the Star Atlas metaverse for joining us today. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's funny because you don't. So I'm here to accelerate a bunch of things in the ecosystem, but you don't really need a whole lot of my help. You're definitely the leaders here. It's this is exciting to see just how much obviously our core competency is just making an L1 that can do tons of transactions in a great times of finality and still be just incredibly centralized with a lot of validators and everything. So we set up the network, we get a lot of people to do that. But yeah, the scope at which you're operating here to make a whole universe is really great. We're just really happy to see this being built on top.
Yeah, man. And this partnership with Solana is awesome, for Star Atlas. This is the kind of environment, the ecosystem that we need to thrive. And I see that Solana has this very close logic to Star Atlas. You guys are building a lot of tools to provide to the builders, to the programmers. And here in Star Atlas, we are trying to do this as well. We are trying to build the tools and the perks that the community need, the guilds need to make this, whole new universe. And yeah, I'm really thrilled to have you here on stage, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for being. Yeah, you've definitely pushed us. So we've obviously been working with a lot of your blockchain engineers and things, and informed a lot of our roadmap. You'll hear a lot of it as we go. But just to reach your scale of just the number of entities will be representing on chain and transaction throughputs, and it's great to have a great project like yours push the needle so that we have something to shoot for. And, we're all better because of it, and we'll just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. We're in this together. We love having the support from the Solana Foundation, and just thank you for joining.
Yep, cheers. I'm happy to be a listener today, just like everybody else. Just a fan.
Yeah,
awesome,
thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. I will before we move to the next guest, the special guest that we have. I want to make sure to apologize that if you don't hear me right, because I had to pivot and I'm on mobile right now because my internet connection is down. I think you guys tagged me. Actually, you broke my internet connection, so you can be proud of that. But right now, moving to the next segment, we have Ivan Power. I think we have King here with us. King, are you here?
Morning, man. Good morning. I have coffee in hand, ready to go.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you so much for joining us today, King. We are super excited to be working with Ivan Power. The partnership, the start has been just crazy. I know that the Star Atlas community already loves Ivan Power. I'm super, super sure about that. Especially it might be a little biased, but the PC you guys are giving to them, one of them.
Man, that PC, man. That PC, man.
Yeah, what you're seeing now, if you guys are tuning into this, this is some hot alpha from our side, right? So just like everybody is tuning in here, I'm a community member myself, right? I have a fleet. I go in there and I refill it every day too. So I am a holder and very much passionate about what Star Atlas is building, and even what Matt said, right? So a big fan of Solana. So in what you're seeing right now is a living, breathing example of this being a real partnership on our side. So we're taking it very seriously. You guys are seeing the Star Atlas Edition 1 of 1 PC. This will never actually be made again. So, I know some of you guys are looking at this like, oh, this is the one. It actually is the 1 of 1. So whoever is running off with this today is going to have, the fully spec'd out for what is currently the best PC, basically money can buy and or win at this time. So it is fully spec'd out. It is absolutely ready to take you anywhere you want. Ready and fully ready to support the Unreal 5 engine. So yeah, what the Star Atlas team is doing is is kind of taking the bleeding edge, and we want to be right there with you guys. So so what you're seeing here is of course the prize for the audience member. I can't wait to see who wins this, and hopefully plan to actually build this live for you guys on stream. So look out for that.
Man.
Wow.
As I sit here too, I'm kind of wondering what other things I can give away to this community outside of this PC. So happy to kind of wake up the rest of the crew and say, hey, we're actually giving away more stuff too. So oops.
Whoa, let's go. Cup is starting well, man.
yeah. I want this thing to be popping off the whole afternoon. So I will be joining this throughout the day. Again, I'm just like one of you guys. I am a community member. There is a guild in here that kind of close to the chest, and I just want to see us have a great time. So fan of the game, fan of the team. The communication with you guys has been excellent going forward, and yeah, happy to just kind of make this partnership very solid. So even though what you're reading on this page now very much has to do with this PC, there's so much more in store going forward with this partnership that we can't wait. Oh, Ashes, yes, sort of.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. I just wanted to make sure that you guys could hear me. I've been having some technical difficulties with my mic. Can you hear me, and did I sound okay?
You're awesome,
you're all good. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. I guess where do we go from here? Do we want to hop into the...
Yeah, King was just...
King, go ahead, King. Finish real quick, and then we'll jump to the next thing since my audio kind of messed things up a little bit. Sorry, King.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good. I mean, so the last thing I was just saying is that it's been super amazing working with you guys. Like the communication has been off the chain, so I can't wait to get into deeper conversations to see how far this relationship goes in terms of like a partnership with this kind of game. So for us, super excited. Our executive team is looking at this like, what have you done, King? And I'm like, the best thing ever. So let's keep going. And just happy to be around. There is one thing I did want to point out. So the case itself that this is being built in has been specifically designed to explore partnerships like this. We call it our next generation case from a sub brand that we created to kind of push the envelope in case manufacturing. So it's the world's first case of its kind. It will be the premier case that kind of makes and sets a requirement for a Star Atlas certified PC. So what you're seeing right now on screen is essentially a possibility for us to be doing the full mass production SKU of what can be built into this case. So it's called the Height Y60. Our sub brand is Height. That's height.com. That is a fully in-house developed hardware components brand for PC gaming industry.
Man,
perfect.
Saint, I like the
Man.
words. Describe what I'm feeling right now, man. Man, I need this PC as well, man. I'm so sad this is the real life NFT. It's unique.
Yeah, exactly. It is an in real life NFT, one of one. There's not going to be another one like this one. So yeah, guys, this is crazy. I'm really happy to have Ava Power here with us and partnering with us. It's not something small. It means a lot. Ava Power guys, they are huge. King, you are huge in the Web2 gaming space. So it also puts Star Atlas together with the biggest brands in the world, and we are happy to be able to partner with you.
Yeah, and just consider all the events we might go to, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. We'll see you guys there.
Jose and I are already making our case. To
Yeah,
get to
man.
those events.
And guys, if you want Saint and I on live events with the community, please send a message in the chat. Saint and Jose live on Star Atlas.
All right, guys, I want to hop in there real quick. I just want to let everybody know that we did drop the form in the main stage chat to help qualify for that incredible prize that King was just talking about. So head on over there and go ahead and fill that out to be eligible to win. Next up, I believe
Let's go.
Yeah, go for it.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
King.
King, for joining us.
Thank you, man.
Of course.
So Santi and Jose, I believe next we have a very special guest coming on that you guys wanted to introduce to the audience.
Oh, yeah. We have a very, very special guest. Everybody knows him. I don't think he needs a lot of introduction, but we are happy to have him here, and Copa would not be the same without him, right, Jose?
Yeah, the man, the legend, the myth, the one and only, the public face of our little project, or maybe the biggest metaverse project in the galaxy.
Exactly. The one and only. Nobody, the one and only. I want to go ahead and introduce him already because I'm super hyped. But
for what
you
he has to
probably know,
say.
yeah, you probably know who I'm speaking about. But we have here with us, we have Michael Wagner, the Swagner.
Send some love, guys.
Yo, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for that very, very warm welcome, Santi and Jose. I don't know if I've told you guys this lately, but I think you both remain uncontested as the world's greatest hype men. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure, Santi, watching you lead and manage this community for the last year, and Jose, you've been an amazing addition to the team this year. So thank you guys again for the warm welcome, and to everyone out there in the audience. Thank you all for attending, and welcome to the first ever COPA Festival. This is a truly historic moment for the Star Atlas ecosystem, and really just the beginning of what's to come in community-driven events. Big thank you to our PC sponsor, iBuyPower, providing one beast of a machine branded in that Star Atlas livery. As a guy who's been building PCs most of my life, like, that machine is something to drool over. So really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for that. And, alongside the other incredible guests that we have joining us today. So Matt, who you just heard from Solana, Justin from Fractal is coming on, Marlon of Bassjackers. We have Vivian from Frequency, Saratobi of YGG. I do want to shout out a special mention to the Star Atlas team here as well. I know they're listening in. These are the brightest and most passionate people that I've ever worked with, right? And some of these individuals will be presenting here today as well. And then, of course, all of the guilds that are presenting, and all of you, the dedicated community. So thank you all for joining, for listening in. We have an incredible day of content lined up here. I'm genuinely excited for you to hear these DACs present their own distinct vision for the future of our digital world. So speaking of vision, I'd just like to take a moment to reflect on the vision that we at Automata have outlined for the future of gaming, immersive digital environments, and the open metaverse. Now, as you've all come to know, we build nothing short of best-in-class products, true AAA quality across assets, design, storytelling, economics, and lore. with precision down to the minute detail. Now, Star Atlas emerges as an MMO set in space in the year 2620. As a gaming product, it will be saturated with content, missions, battle, progression, politics, and all of the things we have come to love as gamers. But to me, what makes this so powerful is the way it invokes the imagination. I want to get a little ethereal here and take you on a journey in our minds. And if you're like me, you're probably working off of multiple screens right now, working on multiple processes, and dreaming about the future that we can create. But I'm going to ask you to pause just for the moment, close your eyes, and allow yourself to imagine being present in this futuristic world, reflecting on how far we've come. Now, since the dawn of the human race, we've had an innate desire to explore, discover, and build. Civilization has formed in all but the most remote places on Earth. This is a testament to our collective will to endure and thrive. And the next milestone in human innovation is to explore the vast darkness of space. For all of time, we've had to explore with our physical senses, building ships, planes, and rockets, using our grasp on reality to interpret what we were experiencing. But we are a species that thrives. We will not let physical constraints prevent us from experiencing this next leap in exploration. For now, until our understanding of physics evolves, we will experience the many worlds of this universe in the digital, a reality that opens a gateway to infinite possibilities. Enter Star Atlas, our first bold step into a far-reaching future for humanity. Picture your surroundings, a boundless acropolis mounted in the vacuum of nothingness. You're finishing up a conversation with one of your friends at the local space station, and it's time. Time for you to get back out there and explore amongst the celestial bodies of the metaverse. You hop into your spaceship, the favorite of your fleet, which is extensive. It's a luxury afforded to us by this digital reality. You check your instruments, get firm launch status with your crew, take a deep breath, and smile as you lift off from the docking bay. Your mission today is pleasure, at least for now, because as you know, that could change in an instant. And as you lift off, you look below upon the vibrant city growing smaller through the ample cockpit field of view. You take it in. A wondrous glee flashes across your face as you appreciate the time you are afforded in this magical place. Through the carefully encased viewing dome, you see haves, commercial towers, beaches, and people, so small you can no longer make out the detail of the individual. But you know their emotional state, because like you, they are in constant awe of their new reality and what we as a race have created. In the background, you hear your thruster spooling, and there you are, on your way to your next destination amongst the immeasurable sea of stars. But you're not in a rush. No, you are an explorer, enjoying the community of cosmic objects you move through. Maybe you'll come across a mineral-rich asteroid field, or engage in a pirate with a sizable bounty on her head, or discover a new planet, or be defending your ship and crew from a surprise Tufa attack. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll run into some old friends on their own mission for the day and decide to tag along. Now, regardless of what transpires, you're awestruck by the beauty of your surroundings. As for beauty, you take in just how wondrous reality really is. A futurism that has engulfed our lifetime, the privilege of an evolved civilization to be allowed the pleasure of the journey life offers, rather than the survival of needing to reach a destination. So beyond the imagination, however, it is the real economic impact this generation of gaming and digital economies can effectuate. And while you are all off on missions, there will be populations of people content to build a life for themselves on those space stations. Real world businesses interested in interacting with the digital society of Star Atlas, establishing storefronts, events, activities, and entertainment for those that wish to engage. What we introduce is a new economy, similar to the nation state, but ruled under new guiding principles of true ownership for everyone and decentralized governance of the ecosystem. A society comprised of people from all over the world, global, borderless, and inclusive. Star Atlas and the metaverse is the next generation of the internet. Every single thing you participate in online today will be disrupted or displaced by these immersive digital worlds. But with this immersion, we receive deeper connection. Gaming is the tip of the spear. It's the main attraction for a digital environment with limitless options for engagement. And what we're building at Star Atlas with its native currency and independent governance structure is intended to last decades, if not centuries. Our vision is to build a framework and structure that can evolve in perpetuity. And this is possible because of the intrinsic method of value exchange and incentive mechanisms inherent to our model. It presents an enormous opportunity, not only for us as a company, but to every bold individual who seeks to explore and create. Now, no opportunity comes without its challenges, right? And nothing worth doing is ever easy. I want to take a moment here just to acknowledge that difficult times are upon us. And as a result, I want to address kind of the state of the market, as I know it's having an impact on all of us, financially, emotionally, and even physically. I just want to go on record right now to reassure our community that, and by default, Star Atlas is well positioned to weather the downturn we're currently experiencing. 2021 was a banner year for our team, and we operated under conservative treasury management. We were not and are not exposed to the risk assets or protocols that are currently unraveling. But more importantly, I want to empathize with those of you out there that have or are experiencing losses. I think many of you know that I've been involved in this industry for a long time, nearly a decade now. I've been through many of these cycles. And what I can attest to is that those of us that remain dedicated to our mission, that demonstrate fortitude and resolve during the most difficult times, will emerge on the other side stronger, smarter, more experienced, and better positioned to capitalize on the opportunities that are sure to come. That is the position we are in at Star Atlas, and that is the mentality that I hope you all preserve as we navigate this environment together. So this is the time that we bond with one another, share our pain, but also share our vision, our passion, and our pleasure. So today is a day for celebration. This is a day for the builders, the innovators, and the creators. Today we give power to the people, and today is COPA. So what is COPA, and why are we hosting this event showcasing guilds? Well, COPA stands for the Council of Peace Assembly. Imagine yourself back in the world of Star Atlas. The year is 2622, and a treaty is in place, but tensions are rising, and whispers of limited resources in the LRZ surround us. The Council of Peace called for an emergency session. They decided to organize an assembly of the people using ancient Earth tradition, the Olympics, in which friendly competition brings people together to avoid armed conflict and to foster discussion on resolutions. What you're about to experience is a dynamic virtual festival as we celebrate and learn about the guilds of Star Atlas. I want to emphasize that this event is for everyone, whether you're part of a guild, exploring joining a guild, considering starting your own, or just curious about the Star Atlas community. You are all welcome here today. So guilds or DACs, decentralized autonomous corporations in the Star Atlas nomenclature, serve as the bedrock of Star Atlas society. And while the concept of a guild has been around since the inception of online gaming and well before, the role of these organizations in Star Atlas will be substantial. Not only will these guilds play a pivotal role in all aspects of the gaming economy, but as we will learn today, they will also serve as developers, creators, and governors of what is to come in the future of digital reality. And so again, today we celebrate the people from all over the world who embody this vision. To those who have taken the first steps in forming their crews, their alliances, their strategy, these bold travelers are laying the foundation for generations to come. So I am super excited for today's events. Thank you all again for attending. I'm sure you're going to enjoy.
Eiffel, holy cow. That was incredible. I'm sure everybody in the audience is just as blown away by the vision that you have for all of this. You always have such an incredible way of connecting with the community and painting this amazing picture of the Star Atlas vision. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know that you're just as excited to be here as the rest of us. And I know that we can't wait to get things moving. So thank you so much for that. That was an incredible way to kick off COPA, I think.
Well, I love it. I love the attendance right now, and genuinely looking forward to just hearing what everyone has to share. So thanks, Ash.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, are we ready to get in to some of these guild presentations? I want to go ahead and, let's get some activity in that chat. I see the gifts rolling, but if you guys are ready, if you are pumped from the address that Michael just gave, show me some excitement in that main stage chat. Show me some gifts. Show me some emojis. I want to see how happy you guys are to be here and celebrate with all of us. All right, I love it. I'm seeing it so much. Okay, so before we get things started, I'm going to briefly cover the rules for today. Each guild will have 10 minutes to present. At 9 minutes, you will receive a 1-minute warning by this sound. Awesome. So if you go over your time, we will unfortunately cut you off. 5 minutes will be allotted for a collaborative question from the judges, who we will meet in just a minute. You guys are in for a treat with that one. Once you are done with your presentation, you will then move to the Atlas Brew tent, where you can chat with Santi and Jose and answer questions from the community. Judges will be scoring after each presentation, and by the end of the day, we will have our winner of the very first ever COPA Festival. And now we have a very special treat for you all, and a first in the history of Star Atlas. 3 judges have traveled through space and time to be here with us today. The first judge comes representing humankind, the envoy of the Manum Ultima Divina before the Council of Peace. A seasoned diplomat and known for his work with charity and orphans across the galaxy. A round of applause for Ambassador Anantel Artonis.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's been a long ride to come over here from where I'm coming from. Just the time for me to find a free spot for my too fast spirit to offboard, and here I am in front of you guys. I'm really looking forward to the presentations today, representing the mud community. I just would like to share with you one ancient mud saying, which is, we have believed, and we do believe now, that freedom, peace, and economic prosperity are indivisible. So with that in mind, I'll pass the ball to my fellow judge.
So next, our second judge rallies from the trenches of the Convergence War. He lived through the years of strife, and now as one of the leading generals of the Ooster faction fleet, he's here to help us remember the value of peace. A round of applause for Fleet General Pack Elder.
Thank you, Ash. The Ooster will always support any endeavor that promotes peace and union for the galaxy. I'm curious to see what the different decks will show us today.
I love it. So last but definitely not least, our third judge is the RevOps CRO of the legendary manufacturer that built the very first Titan ship of the galaxy. Famous for his fierce negotiation techniques and keen eyes for companies and individuals, he is our representative of the ONI Consortium. A round of applause for Elik Nalu of Busan Industries.
Hello, Ash. I've got to say, I'm a huge fan, and this for me is a thrill of life. It's a pleasure to be here with you today and celebrating COPA. What I'm looking for is that DAC that will help us build our galaxy foundations. Busan is always looking for great deals that may really sneak up on you.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. You guys have a really difficult decision to make today, and I just got to say, I'm happy I'm not in your shoes, because I think that these guilds are really coming to pack a punch. They are ready and they are primed, and I don't know, like, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for some guild presentations? I see the chat rolling, so I think let's get things rolling. Kicking things off today as the first presenter of the inaugural Star Atlas COPA, representing all 3 factions and specializing in exploring and manufacturing, please welcome Star Atlas Italia to the stage.
Hi to everyone. Do you hear me?
We can hear you, friend.
Do you hear me? Okay, perfect. Hi to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. don't understand if you hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Martin.
Okay. Okay, perfect. I should start right now. How I should
Yeah.
behave?
Yeah, Welcome to the stage. We're excited to hear your presentation. The floor is yours. You may begin.
Okay, I start showing my presentation. Okay. So I can start, right?
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
good.
Okay, perfect. So, hi to everyone. I'm Tata Martins from Atlas Italia, and it's a pleasure, as I say, to be here today. So, Atlas Italia, short form SAI, it's a guild created to represent the Italian nation, of course, within the universe of Star Atlas. This is the agenda for today. Let's start. I was born as an aggregator for people with the same passion and desires. This implies an initial focus dedicated to the world of Star Atlas, of course, with the purpose to create value for SAI's members and Star Atlas participants. The main goals of SAI are to join forces to build a competitive fleet and acquire assets in the metaverse, to promote and create events related to Star Atlas metaverse, of course with partnership and interaction through metaverse, but also real life, real world. This will unleash many benefits that the guild will share among all members in different ways. And we decided to have right now a hierarchical organization structure in departments where each person has different professional background. There are programmers, gamers, designers, video gamers, streamers, and so on, influencer. All of them play really a key role in developing this project. The focus is on the community, on the people. So let's move to GAS. What is GAS? GAS stands for Guild as a Service. As mentioned before, the primary goal is to provide services to space people, to the community. So SAI position itself as the first Italian entity to provide services in this new unknown space full of opportunities. So we aggregate people with the knowledge to allow them to be in the best environment for building and growing with the community. Really important, we not just focus on the B2C market, but also in the B2B market, because companies that approach the metaverse as a form of communication not have a really clear reference yet, because we are facing with a new digital transformation, I would say. We believe that the product service market in real life can be reflected in the Star Atlas metaverse, which competes with other major players, for example, social network. So we will offer those companies a ready-to service capable of publishing and spreading their services or product. We are pioneer on this. Some example could be also cultural event, shows, vision. Let's talk now the faction. From actually, we are multi-faction. This is a natural consequence of our mission. We say transaction between satisfaction. It's a rhyme, but it's will facilitate the supply and demand in the local market of each sector. So SAI aspires to be one of the most important organizations for clarity and peace. each area has a system of roles where members will acquire awards based on their contribution, of course, regardless of their asset owned. Instead, we focus on their activity in the community. The variety of the operation right now not correctly allow a centralization of the government, because over time it is increasing members in different strategic areas. So we're still in our infrastructure, but in phase of development, SAI will focus on decentralized governance. Let's move to the game. That is really interesting. Core business will remain the services for members, clans, guilds, groups of people. We will create mining and commercial enterprise to support the development and the growth metaverse. And this will contribute in a good way to the development of in-game dynamics. I'm really curious about this, to be honest, and will allow members to take on different type of assignment. You can see here different badges that we created. So let's move up and let's talk about our partners. Since the beginning, SAI wanted to establish diplomatic relations and interaction with Star Atlas communities, but also Solana ecosystem. And we are happy to have already made friends, share events and project with most of the, I would say, finalist organization today at COPA. So really, really good. We believe that only by growing together, we will create an infrastructure compatible with the services offered by other guilds. Some partners who we collaborate with are, you can see, Shade, Matrica, Supernova Racing, Jupiter, YouTubers, of course, mainly Italians like Rock Crypto, and of course, guilds. Yes, this ties in with our achievement. We Supernova Racing logo content, thanks to our community, to our graphic designer. We are proud because for this reason, the first circuit is Star Atlas Italia, and next week there will be the first race on the racing game .shade. Another thing, during the two fatalities, the Italian team showed the skills pretty well, pretty good. Some of you knows Bento. So we keep the community engaged, we try, and interactive with events, M&As, and content. Now there is an interesting part about Star Atlas and Sandbox, Metaverse meets Metaverse, because after we observed the collaboration between Star Atlas and Sandbox, we came up with the idea to allocate part of our treasury to create a neighborhood on Sandbox to expand our influence, allowing the community to express their creativity and imagination. This will allow people to meet in a dynamic environment, of course, while waiting, of course, the Star Atlas Metaverse. If other guilds are interested in or like this idea, feel free to contact us. And to conclude, we want to share our DApp that was built to have a user-friendly tool to manage the fleet. And we are ready in particular to create something more on top of Scream. So this was Star Atlas Italia, or better, is Star Atlas Italia. So thank you for the attention and power to the people. Just a second, I have a sneak peek for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that presentation, Martins. We're going to go ahead and kick it over to the judges for their question. But just before we do, I just want to let all the presenters know that if you have any issues with your internet lagging or anything along those lines, do not worry, because the judges do have an actual copy of your presentations and they are listening and reading those along as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to the judges for that collaborative question.
Yeah, Ash. I'm gonna go first and until here. Thank you for the presentation. I understand. I think I understand the guild as a service concept, but just one question: how do you intend to socialize Star Atlas, and in particular, for example, from your guild and your concept directly to other companies? Because you mentioned B2C. So how are you going to do that?
You mean real life, right? Maybe.
Yes.
For example, through sponsorship or using this contract to move the let's say we see Star Atlas also like a social network, so it would be interesting for companies to bring their let's say their logo, their business, their advertising inside Star Atlas. So we do like intermediation to move them inside Star Atlas in this kind of way. Other example could be having, depending of course on Star Atlas how evolved the metaverse, that could be also showing art in the showrooms, giving a place where companies can create events. And we are planning also to create a real company on real life that can create also contract to interact with this kind of company. I don't know if I answered to your question, but also depends on the phase of development of Star Atlas, of course.
You did answer the question, and thank you for that.
Awesome. Thank you again, Martins. That was an awesome presentation. For more in-depth look at Star Atlas Italia, head on over to the Brew Tent for a Q&A session with Santi and Jose. Next up, we have the Godfather himself, the Don Kane, representing the Metaverse Mafia of the Star Atlas ecosystem, the Atlasio family. Hello, Don. Good morning to the Godfather.
Hello?
Hello. We can hear you,
Hey,
friend. How are you doing this morning?
doing well. How are you?
I'm doing incredible. Are we ready to kick things off? The stage is yours.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're gonna do just a presentation. We don't have any visuals today. Um, but yeah, I also have my co-founder and underboss here, Jimmy Hoffa. So simply put, we are the Metaverse Mafia. We're a multicultural mafia themed blockchain gamers guild. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly describe our mission, and then I'm going to pass it over to Jimmy to describe our vision. If you want a deeper dive into this, because we only have 10 minutes and we are some talkers, so I mean we could do this thing for 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? But we got 10 minutes, so um, simply put, our mission is we want to create the infrastructure that allows gamers to utilize the metaverse as a primary source of income. I think that's why a lot of people are interested in Star Atlas, or initially became interested in Star Atlas, is this idea that we can play video games and we can provide for our family that way. But I don't think in an MMORPG like Star Atlas, I don't think it's going to be easy to do that alone. Now, there are going to be certain cases where people can, you can be a lone wolf and you'll be able to provide for yourself fine. But I think we all kind of understand that the best earning opportunities are going to be within a guild. So Star Atlas is basically building us the platform, the metaverse, and we're under the assumption that it's the guild's responsibility to build the infrastructure that allows people to utilize the metaverse to earn a primary source of income. And that's pretty much our mission. And like I said, if you want to learn more about it, we have the white paper on our website at atlas.io, so ATLESS.io. And it really, really, really deep dives into exactly what we plan to do. So a lot of different guilds are shipbuilders or mining operations, but we're more interested in kind of like a picks and shovels approach, where we want to build not only businesses within the metaverse, but also businesses that are adjacent to the metaverse. And we actually already have our first business, and we are generating revenue already before there's even a game. So this is what we plan to do. This is what we're good at, and this is what we're going to build in the metaverse. So, like I said, this is just our mission, and I want to go ahead and pass it over to Jimmy if he's here to speak a little bit more about the vision.
Much, Don. Really happy to be here. Just want to say that really appreciate the time and the effort that's gone into organizing this event on Star Atlas's part. As far as the vision of what Atlasio is, Atlasio, we do want to incubate the infrastructure necessary to derive a primary source of income from the game. But the broader, longer term vision is to use the metaverse as a sandbox for political and economic innovation, right? So what we believe is that the metaverse provides, and especially Star Atlas, provides the perfect low capital intensity environment to basically experiment with new and novel forms of governance that hitherto have not been able to be created and come to the fore in modern economic systems, because economic systems as they exist today are so top down, so centralized, so capital intensive that it's almost impossible to start your own large scale business, your own municipality, your own cooperative, your own anything without huge sums of money. So the interesting thing about what Star Atlas provides for us as an opportunity is the ability to experiment with with new distributed governance structures and processes that will allow us to explore what it means to be a truly Web3 native society. We want to build the governance infrastructure that allows for us to give our kids the institutions they're going to need to govern themselves in the future. And we see Star Atlas as a perfect place to play and experiment and govern real economic value and resources in a place where everyone comes together as equals and assumes equality and democratic processes as a founding assumption of whatever they're working on, right? So we hope to not only incubate metaverse businesses and create the infrastructure that people need to provide themselves with income, but we also want to use those incubated businesses as opportunities to try new distributed governance structures. For example, one of the things we mentioned in the white paper is our hope to implement something called liquid democracy, which is the idea that you can delegate your voting authority to any number of people and allow for political specialization, the fluid passing of voting authority and voting power to expertise-driven individuals who have the ability to make good decisions on your behalf. And you can always hold that person accountable because you can retract that delegation at any time. So our goal is to implement this and a number of other innovations to build what we call autonomic democracy, a democracy that is organic enough that it resembles the autonomic nervous system, the system in your body that tells your heart to beat without thinking, right? Because it's such a substrate, it's such a background process that you don't have to think about whether or not your body is beating your heart or breathing your lungs, right? And so we want to build a democratic process that allows for people to participate fluidly and quickly and easily in the democratic process and have a say in the decisions that affect them in every aspect of their lives, not just traditional, corrupt governance institutions, right? I think that we spend 80% of our lives in the workplace, and we don't have any say in the decisions that affect us in that workplace. And so I think that, we want to gamify work and democratize the workplace. I think that's really what our biggest goal is. And I think that if we can use this gamified economy that Star Atlas is building to experiment with these things, right? We can gamify our own work processes either through true, playing games for fun, but also through lorification, right? One of the things that Atlesio prides itself on is that we have created a lorified community, and we've built a community from scratch and focus on the community first, right? Productive processes will come, as Star Atlas develops. But our goal is to build a community around the lore and the excitement around the family, and everything we do for the family. And so we are creating a strong, tight-knit community, one of the strongest communities in the Star Atlas space, because we believe in this idea of familial loyalty and treating each other as equals and as partners in the process of building wealth collectively together. It's so much easier to build wealth together than it is to build it apart. And I think that, these cooperative and collaborative institutions that we plan on building are the perfect illustration of that vision, right? That it's only possible to build wealth collectively. You can build it in a exploitative, hierarchical way, working for a top-down business. That doesn't mean that it's not collective wealth that's being produced. It's just being monopolized by the people who own those businesses. So for us, we hope to spread the wealth. We hope to build the infrastructure that allows people to create that value. That's really what we're here for. So building autonomic democracy, building the tools necessary for people to govern themselves quickly and easily and in a fun way is really what we're shooting for. So, we're here to build a community. We're going to be here for the long run. We're going to be here for the next 10 years. No matter how long it takes for us to get started and for us to move the needle, we plan on building fantastic governance structures that our kids are going to use one day to govern themselves in a Web3 native society. So thanks so much for the opportunity, and we really enjoyed, and we can't wait to see what the other guilds have to offer.
Jay, that was awesome. I always get lost
Thank you.
listening. I always get lost listening to you when you go on your tangents about building the Atlasio family. You guys are really doing a great job out there, and I know that you always focus on building a strong community, and the family is definitely a strong community in the Star Atlas metaverse. So very well
That means a
done.
lot coming from you. That means a lot coming from you, Ash. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're gonna head on over to the judges. I'm sure they have an awesome question prepped for you.
So, for obvious reasons, the user can appreciate using digital simulation in order to prototype and explore new forms of processes, goals, likewise. In terms of questions, I have 2 questions for you. You can choose to answer one, the other, or both as you see fit. First question is to discuss infrastructure in order to grow Web3 businesses and adjacents. What examples can you give us as the most meaningful improvements that you would make to this infrastructure? Second question would be with regards to discovering, prototyping these new forms of governance models, and as you sort of alluded to, this fluid democratic structure, what checks and balances exist within those as well?
Yeah, so both fantastic questions. As far as the first one goes, we plan on incubating a great number of businesses and effectively creating a metaverse business incubator to build an economic base of support within the metaverse. So one of the things that we're working on now is an NFT project called Mob Machina NFT. It's one of the first projects that we're incubating, but we plan on building robust incubation structures that parallel the quality and the expertise that traditional venture capital firms use and have, without all of the traditional, corrupting influences of venture capital as it stands today. So one of the things that we're developing is an NFT project, but we have many things in the pipeline to help people to build their own businesses and provide business acumen and business support to people who want to build businesses in their own way. And we want to provide them with the tools they need to do that. As far as the second question, I love the second question about checks and balances. I think that liquid democracy is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Because a delegative structure is different than mass elections where you raise your hand and say, all in favor, say aye for this candidate. And then those candidates run off and make decisions on your behalf without your consent, and then come back 4 years later and say how you like what I did. I think that one of the best checks and balances in that system is the ability to revoke your delegation at any time and redelegate it to somebody else. But there are other mechanisms, right? So for one of the first things is there has to still be a kind of diffusion of power and authority through construction of what you could call cameralities, effectively chambers of Congress, to calculate the vote differently. Even if you implement liquid democracy, you still need a diversification of the ways in which you calculate the vote. So it becomes rather esoteric and rather complicated, but there are plenty of checks and balances in place. Liquid democracy is not the end-all be-all. It's just one tool in our toolbox that we can use to govern ourselves more effectively. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much for your consideration as well as your words.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Don Kane and Jimmy Hoffa. That was an incredible presentation. If you're in the audience and you would like to take a deeper dive into the Atlasio family, head on over to the Brew Tent with Santi and Jose for a little more in-depth Q&A. Maybe the Don will make you an offer you can't refuse. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick little breather before our next presentation. Just a few minutes, we'll be playing some music, but I do want to go ahead and introduce them. Our third presenter today will focus on ship manufacturing and has a mission to empower every sentient being by making interstellar travel accessible to everyone. Please welcome Afia Industries to the stage. right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that quick little breather before we hop into the next presentation. Again, our third presenter of the day focuses on ship manufacturing and has a mission to empower every sentient being by making interstellar travel accessible to everyone. Please welcome Funcracker, the co-founder of Afia Industries, to the stage.
Thank you very much, Ash. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you good, friend.
You can hear me different.
No, I can hear you good.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So,
Sorry.
th-
Good to go. The stage is yours.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. So here at Avia Industries, we are dedicated to the empowerment of every sentient being, to making interstellar travel accessible to each and every individual, so as to help us experience true personal freedom and gain control of our own destiny. So this is the mission statement that was defined by our two fictional co-founders who met a few years after the war and who launched Avia as one of the first interfaction ship manufacturers. We have an extensive background story, roughly 3,500 words, that can be found on a website. And if you love that kind of stuff, then please go and visit. But who are we outside of the metaverse? So Avia Industries was founded 11 months ago by Prometheus and myself, July 18th, 2021, which makes us one of the oldest guilds around. At this moment, our Discord is nearly 4,000 members, of which close to 1,800 sign up actively to become a member of our guild. And to summarize our goal in one sentence, we are looking to become the most profitable shipbuilder in the metaverse. We strive. And our slogan is build, own, earn. So we strive to achieve complete vertical integration, bringing our supply chain fully in-house. This requires many disciplines as we manufacture, ship, protect, research, and trade, which means everyone can join us, from miners, freighters, explorers, and even bounty hunters. We pioneered the three-faction approach, which means we are setting up shop in all three factions, which gives us access to all resources, allows us to cater to all three markets, and to welcome players no matter which faction they fancy. What are our values then? We believe in the freedom and independence of our members. Our strong network of freelancers will be more successful than the top-down hierarchies we see around us everywhere. We are committed to sharing knowledge with the Star Atlas community. We are open to everybody, no matter your gender, wallet size, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. We also believe we have a wider responsibility that goes beyond providing scholarships to those with less financial means. Though we operate in the metaverse, we care about our own planet as well, and that is why we pledge to donate 1% of our annual profit to an environmental charity. But let's look at how we are growing Avia. In order to grow, we need to attract members and make sure they stay. Looking at the attraction part first, we have actually so far not been actively recruiting, but by giving back to the community and being helpful, many have found their way to us. And we started with this as soon as we opened our doors. In the past, we launched the Star Atlas Community Wiki. We organized the first ever story writing competition in partnership with Grape. And we were the first to launch a real-time ship price comparison page. Besides these momentous events, we are constantly sharing knowledge in the form of news articles, guides, weekly newsletters, ship analysis, and videos. But we are going to up the bar in the future. We are going to be publishing more tools and will increase our focus on educating the community. And we're also diligently working to launch an NFT project of our own later this year, spreading knowledge of Star Atlas to the wider crypto community. And last but not least, we are currently developing a community game that we hope will be appealing to gamers worldwide. So let's switch gears. How do we plan to keep everybody around after they decided to join us? For a large part, this is really all about nurturing our community. And we are doing that by hosting 2-hour in-depth meetings weekly where we discuss the latest Star Atlas updates. Additionally, we are hosting regular competitions, and we have a widely recognized homegrown NFT alpha gathering team on our server, providing the latest intel to our community. In all honesty, though, it is really our community itself that makes everybody feel at home. But of course, we're stepping up the game here as well. We are planning to introduce our tokens IDO, preferably when the blood stops flowing. We are taking steps to set up and launch our DAO on-chain in order to give more structure to our democratic processes. And we are going to launch member profiles, which are web pages where our members can see what they are contributing to AFIA in-game, combining the function of leaderboard, achievement overview, and social network into one. So with this introduction out of the way, let's finally dive into what truly makes us unique. What sets us apart? Is it our community? Absolutely. Is it our scholarships? Perhaps. But let's briefly talk about the role of scholarships within AFIA. So scholarships, and I'm just using the term broadly as it's the most popular term used everywhere, but just about renting assets. So we have members who want to rent out their assets, and we're going to help them with that by providing tools to connect potential scholars to them. We as a guild are also renting out our own treasury-owned ships, complementing our members' offer. It's important to realize that we are not restricting our members in any way. We are not managing all scholarships. We are simply working next to them to extend our offer. The goal here is to onboard as many people into Atlas as possible, focusing on those who are lacking the financial means to play at all or how they want. So we have an awesome community and we have plans for scholarships. Now, of course, this model can be applied basically to any crypto game. There's nothing in here that is really specific to Atlas. And the team is creating an awesome game, yet most guilds seem content to stop here. So where is the game-specific stuff? Let's reward gameplay that benefits AFIA as a whole. So to that end, we are designing our tokenomics for our upcoming token to tightly wrap the economic model of Atlas. We are basically extending their economy with ours, and not just that, we are essentially building another gamified layer on top of their game as well. In short, or to keep things short really, and give a sneak peek of what is to come, let's zoom in on how the crafting of ships specifically works within our guild. There will be a mission board, or really a commission board, where for all three factions, regular ship orders will be placed automatically by combining on-chain analysis, historical trends, location information, and a lot more, with the prices of the raw resources that go into the creation of a ship. That will actually introduce ships on the mission board, and our members will then be able to claim a certain step in the process, depending on the facilities they own, their location, and availability. So once they have done their part, they deliver the goods to our treasury, get rewarded with a market-conform amount of Atlas, and additionally, a bonus in our own token AEP. When the ship is being completed, the guild treasury sells the ship, if ordered, or still lucrative, or in case our window of opportunity has closed, the ship will simply be added to our rental pool and most likely be assigned to a scholar. Talking about scholars, managers will be able to define their preferred split of AEP tokens on their profile page. Whenever AEP tokens will flow to a scholar, we will automatically split this and reward both manager and scholar using the set ratio. That's already it. Thank you very much for listening. And if there are any questions, let's hear them.
That was awesome, Fun Cracker. And I do just want to comment, you guys do an incredible job over AFIA keeping the community updated with your newsletters, and I know that you have awesome content creators underneath your roof as well. So I do just want to give a huge shout out to all of the work you're putting in there and doing there. And I gotta say, I'm really loving your new logo.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, in order to, of course, represent that inclusivity aspect a bit better, we figured we'd do, adopt the pride that's going on in the month of June and update our logo to represent that. Thanks.
I think it's perfect. I love what you guys did there. Always great things coming out of AFIA. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and go over to the judges. I'm sure they have an incredible question put together for you. Judges, you're on the floor.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. We are big fans of manufacturing as a Busan Oni. We are wanting to know about your possible revenue projections for your project as you've described, if you've gone that far, And then also maybe the benefits to the Star Atlas community as a whole and other guilds if possible. And then I have a follow-up question after that.
Yeah, sure thing. So revenue projections are, of course, super tightly related to the Star Atlas game and the release schedule. So we have no projections as of this moment. As of what we are able to offer to the other guilds, I missed your second question, but I'll come back to that in a sec. Mutual things. Again, we are always sharing knowledge. We're sharing guides, newsletters, the latest updates on Star Atlas with everybody, the wider community. Our NFT project and upcoming game, of course, will be hopefully enjoyed by everybody. But the guilds themselves, they're able to secure their ships directly from us, be it in-game or outside of the game. And we can make interesting deals, I think, that will be lucrative to both, to really up their game as well. So being in all three factions, our market is everywhere. We can cater to everybody. So just contact us and we'll make it happen. Sorry, and your second question in between,
My final question is,
Okay.
I know you've probably never flown through the high-risk zone of the middle part. And if you do, you will wonder about the risk of putting rentals into that area. Have you thought about how you will mitigate those risks?
That's a very good question. Yes and no, in the sense that we know that there's a rental possibility within Solana already. We are ourselves not at the moment developing a better system to also protect your ships in the high-risk zone. So either that will require collateral in order to somehow set that off, risk-based. Either always might require members to first prove themselves, but hopefully we're still hopeful that somebody will actually jump on board and actually create that aspect of the rental model. It's not something that we have we are developing ourselves at this point in time. If nobody does, then of course at some point we will have to look at doing it ourselves. But at this point in time, we're just too busy with actually making all the other tools and information available.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Funcracker. I do just want to give a reminder to all of the guilds that are joining us today as presenters. After your presentation is done and you've answered your questions from the judges, please be sure to head on over to the Atlas Brew Tent, where you will get the opportunity to chat with Santi and Jose and the community on a more intimate level, more in-depth questions, and just kind of, vibe out in there with them for a little bit. Also, pay attention, guys, because if you are wanting another chance to be entered into the drawing to win that incredible prize brought to us by iBuyPower, that one-of-one custom gaming PC, Star Atlas branded gaming PC, no less, that form will be dropping again very shortly. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. And now, I hope everyone is enjoying themselves so far. I know I definitely am. I heard Pablo hop in there. I know he's enjoying himself as well. So I just want to go ahead and ask you guys, let's show some love for our next presenters by dropping some of your favorite emojis in the main stage chat. I see it rolling already, but let's get this party pumping. Show me some excitement in there, guys. Yes, I see drum rolls. I see party emojis. I'm loving it, a dancing kitty cat. All right, all right. Everyone has been doing an incredible job so far. So thank you so much for showing them all your support. Now we have a very special guest coming your way. One of the OG Metaverse guilds with thousands of scholars all around the globe. I hope you guys are ready for this one. This is a really exciting presentation. They will be sharing with us today their experience on building an international guild and brand. Everyone, stick around and please welcome YGG to the stage. right, everyone. I hope you're ready. I hope you're pumped. Again, let's see some excitement flowing through that main chat. Please welcome a very special guest. I know we're all excited to hear from you. Please welcome YGG to the stage. The floor is yours, my friend.
Hi guys, yeah, thanks for having me today. My name's Saratobi Sasuke. I'm head of partnerships at Yield Guild Games, that's otherwise known as YGG. Basically, I'm sure you guys have probably heard about YGG. Our mission is simple. We basically want to onboard millions of players from around the world into the play-to-earn revolution that's taking place in the blockchain gaming space. YGG aims to scale up and bring play to earn to millions of gamers around the world and bring the benefits of blockchain technology to those that need it the most. While some DeFi projects obviously gather billions of dollars in total value locked from a relatively small number of wealthy people, instead what our aim is to help the rest of the world getting started with playing games and earning money for their contributions and building the metaverse economy. I see some comments there in the main chat just relating to Axie. We're definitely more than just Axie. Axie is a fantastic project that's helped spawn, a lot of what the amazing developments we've seen in over the last couple of years. But we're definitely not just about Axie. Obviously, we've got a large amount of community that are very passionate about Axie, but definitely not the only thing that we're interested in. So basically, we are interested in we aim to invest in the highest quality projects in the space and help nurture innovation across gaming, infrastructure, and community. And we see guilds as being a huge part of the evolving gaming space and envisage a world in which all types of guilds, and this includes some that may only focus on one game, whereas some might want to invest across a far broader spectrum, very much like we do. Some might be micro guilds, others might want to focus on streaming or esports. It's going to be really exciting witnessing the evolution of the space alongside everyone else here today. I see some other questions there bouncing around in terms of the in the chat there, just in terms of YGG was announced as a partner with Star Atlas. I think there was a question. Yeah, we are aiming to basically rent out the Star Atlas assets that we have to our player base as the game develops, for sure. So thoughts on Star Atlas? We're really proud to have invested into the early rounds of Star Atlas. I think Star Atlas is arguably the most ambitious anticipated blockchain game around at the moment, and we've chose to invest over $1 million in spaceships in the game in hopes of being a meaningful player in this project, for sure. We definitely aim to add value to the Star Atlas ecosystem. We've been having regular calls with the Star Atlas team about a whole range of things. I've spoken with them in relation to game economy, lending mechanics, all kinds of other components as well. And we definitely want to be as valuable to the greater Star Atlas ecosystem as possible. We also want to actively participate in governance and hopefully actively be a positive force towards the in-game economy. And also obviously there's lots of other guilds here today. We definitely see that with a game on the scale of Star Atlas, there's probably going to need to be a lot of partnership and working together between different guilds. So I'm definitely excited to see what everyone else is doing in the space. And yeah, absolutely, we definitely see that there's probably going to be a lot of collaboration between different guilds, and we've always very much liked to collaborate with many of the other guilds, and we're very supportive of guilds as a whole. Yeah, and I'd love to hear what other questions people had relating to YGG and Star Atlas.
Okay, so I'm going to jump on in here real quick because I have a question for you, right? YGG is one of the OGs in the gaming metaverse space. I'm sure you guys have seen it all. You're one of the largest guilds out there as well. Do you have any tips or insight that you can bestow on some of our guilds that are still new and growing in this space?
Absolutely. I suppose it really does depend on, what their goals are. Are they just a group of friends kind of collaborating towards some specific goal? Are they aiming to like raise capital and invest in larger numbers of assets and become like a very meaningful lender of assets at scale? And what kind of role they want to function. And obviously in a game like Star Atlas that is so complex, one could imagine guilds that perform like very, very specific services within the Star Atlas economy. So I really think it would be on a case by case basis, but I think it's always just about like striving to find really interesting new kind of revenue streams and business models within the game, So I think just keep your eyes open and listen to, as YGG, we've always kept our eyes and ears open to try and learn as much as we can. And in terms of advice, like again, like if people are out there and interested in becoming like a larger scale entity, reach out to, we've been very supportive of the guild space. We've invested heavily across like guilds that could have been considered as being competitors, right? So if you guys have interesting ideas, definitely reach out to us and let us know. When we find really fantastic concepts or ideas, we've sometimes invested in them and will help connected other guilds with investors historically. So I for one would always be happy to kind of speak on the kind of guild business model. I've been able to oversee like large numbers of different guilds doing fundraisers historically, if kind of raising funds was something that people were aiming to do.
Awesome. So what you're saying is if there are any of the guilds out there that are looking for guidance or advice, that you guys are open to helping them out with that, if I'm understanding correctly?
We're always willing to talk, absolutely. Like we want to try and help.
Brainstorm.
Well, I mean, it often sometimes starts as brainstorming. Yeah, absolutely. So to Lordo's question there, in theory, like invest could be a possibility. Maybe it might be lending assets to another DAC. Maybe it might be lending assets to another DAC. Maybe it might be collaborating to achieve maybe greater scope of works. Obviously there's going to be a lot of different roles within the economy. So 100% could, there's all kinds of layers of like what collaboration or partnership could look like in a game with such a broad scope as YGG. Star Atlas.
Awesome. I love it. I love seeing guilds of all sizes coming together and collaborating one another, because ultimately that's what we need for this entire ecosystem to grow, is the collaboration of those that are most passionate about it and wanting to drive everything forward. So that's awesome and incredible to hear. So I guess I have just one more question for you, and then we'll let you off the hook. But when you're looking at guilds, what is the one thing to you that really stands out when you're looking at guilds? What makes a strong guild, a strong gaming guild in this ecosystem?
Definitely say community would be the biggest thing. 100% dedication and community. I think that's something which YGG has had a lot of. We've got a really core community of engaged members who we always are aiming to build upon. So yeah, I mean, and this could also be a call for those in the audience who maybe don't already have a DAC that they're aligned with, or if there's anyone especially talented that wants to jump ship from another DA. Not that that's you never know if anyone wanted to jump ship. That you can always come and chat with us. No, that's kind of half a joke, but but that's kind of a joke. But not, look, you never know. Someone might not be happy where they are currently. Always welcome to come and jump into the YGG Discord and have a chat with us.
Right there, friend.
not trying to.
I'm a little nervous to let you loose into the Atlas brew with the community now at this point. So
I was kind of oh yeah, sorry, my link to the Discord doesn't even work there for some reason.
Let me just
But no,
ask
no,
one more question.
that was
I
kind of
think
half joking. That was definitely half joking for sure.
it's all good. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's all good. It's all fun, friend. So I just wanted to one more question, and then I'll let you on your way. What is it that excites YGG about Star Atlas? What do you see in this project?
I think the kind of scope of activity that's going to be available to like a range of different players. I think that's something that Michael's obviously spoken about quite a lot. How different roles are going to exist. There's going to be, the mining roles, the kind of researcher roles, and all those kind of different required jobs within the kind of Star Atlas economy. So that's something that I think is really exciting. And also just like, I'm a hardcore gamer myself, so the fact that, Star Atlas has such fantastic graphics and visuals is something that personally speaking for
Awesome.
myself, I'm excited to see. But no,
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, so more broadly, like if there are whole DACs that want to come and talk to YGG about collaboration, you guys definitely jump into the YGG Discord, come have a chat, or if you want to come threaten us and spam us with Team Rocket memes, you can do that as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've enjoyed this little chat. I am a little nervous to send you over to the Atlas Brew because you may have opened yourself up for some good questions in there. But I do think it would be awesome if you could head on over to the Atlas Brew and chat with Santi and Jose a little bit and the community as well. So thank you so much.
No, absolutely. Thanks, guys, for having me. And
for
like I said,
joining me.
if anyone does have any thoughts or questions, or wants to have a chat with us, at a kind of DAC, DAC to DAC or guild to guild or whatever, please don't jump. And we have a dedicated Star Atlas channels, and would love to have a bit of a chat with these super engaged people that are part of the Star Atlas community.
Awesome. Thank you so much, friend. You have a wonderful day. And now I'm going to go ahead and take it back to our Star Atlas Focus guilds. Our next guild represents the largest Hispanic community in Star Atlas, with plans to become a nation within the metaverse. Representing the Oni faction, please welcome Chimera to the stage.
Hello guys. How is everyone doing today?
We're doing awesome. The floor is yours, my friend.
Yes, thank you very much for having us. We're honored to be here and to share this stage with incredible creators and guild members. And without further ado, here you have our founder and director and all-out Star Atlas and Metaverse celebrity Cal, so he can introduce our video. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucius. Hello, everyone. I'm Cal, co-founder of Chimera. It's a pleasure for me to share this presentation with you. Please access to my stream to see our presentation. And if you can, there is a few links where you can watch it. Thank you.
Chimera is a very strong community that is competitive and has a hunger and a drive to be a very strong, relevant part with representation in a world that has as a norm to leave diverse communities like ours out of the picture. Thanks to this, we cannot give ourselves the luxury to do things halfway. It's part of our DNA to give the best of ourselves, knowing that the eyes of the metaverse are upon us. Our organization was born with the objective of actually positioning the Spanish-speaking community as a competitive and upfront member of the Star Atlas and the Metaverse Society. As of right now, we're the Spanish-speaking guild with the most members within Star Atlas with over 3,000 people. Among those members, we have Cal, which is the largest Spanish-speaking content creator of Star Atlas with 10,000 followers. And also we have very important Spanish-speaking NFT game content creators collaborating with us, and also influencers with hundreds of thousands.
All right, everyone. I think we're having a little technical difficulties. Can you know what? I'm gonna ask the audience. Can you guys hear the presentation right now? I personally cannot hear it. I know a few other members of the team cannot hear it. Okay, so no. So everybody in the chat is saying they cannot. Okay, some people are saying they can hear it.
Okay, let me see.
Streaming on his the audio is coming over on his stream, not on the voice text channel. Audio is coming on the voice channel, and then mute the video.
Okay. So, Lucius, are you here
Yes,
right
ma'am.
now?
Yes,
Is there
yes,
a
I am.
way
I am.
that you guys can adjust where it is that you're streaming?
Let's try again if you want. My stream. Hello?
Sure.
Yeah,
Can you
let's try.
can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just can't
Okay.
hear the stream.
Let's try please again my stream if you want.
Okay, go right ahead. Right ahead.
Hmm. Can you guys hear it in the chat?
We cannot give ourselves the luxury.
No. Okay, let's see, why don't we kick it to some music, Darwin, and so we can figure out what exactly it is going on with the audio for the stream. And give us just a couple minutes, guys, to figure things out, and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
Right, guys. Well, it looks like we're having just a little technical difficulties. So while we sort things out, I'm going to ask Santi to hop on over here. I want to get kind of an idea of how things have been going in the brew and what our community lead is thinking of all these awesome presentations, right? He's so involved with all of you guys on a daily basis. I think it's important to get his opinion of how things are going out today. So as soon as hello.
How are
What's
you
going
doing,
on?
Ash? How are you holding the main stage? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm loving it. This is fun. Are you kidding me? This has been
Yeah.
great so far. How are
Uh,
things going on in the brew tent?
oh, it's going great actually. Like we are having the presenters right after they finish the presentations. They join us there, and we're having like a super casual conversation as well with King from iBet Power. He's sharing some updates on the new products that they are dropping, which are sick. So yeah, if you guys, we'll be there all day. So if you ever want like a more relaxed conversation where you can actually chime in and speak and everything, uh, the brew stage is right below this one, right below the main stage, and I will be there with just all day almost. And we also have some presentations going on later on in the day in the brew stage, right, Ash? If I'm not wrong.
You do. You have some really awesome presentations going on in the brew stage from some Star Atlas team members. I don't know, maybe we can highlight those just a little bit right now so people know what to expect a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. Yeah, of course. Let's do it. So I'm
Awesome.
checking the run of show right now. Do you have it close to you?
I do. Give me 1 second. So a little bit later today, around, let's see, a little bit later today in the brew tent, you will be able to chat with man, I don't know. Should I say what we're talking about, or should we leave it up for a surprise?
Let's say it. Let's say it. I feel
Say
like
it?
we should say it.
Okay,
Say it.
so Anthony from the Star Atlas team will be hopping into the brew tent and dropping some major alpha on the referral program that we have launching very soon with Star Atlas. I think that's something that all of you will be really interested and excited to learn about. I don't know. What do you think, Santi?
Definitely, it's something super interesting for not only individuals but also guilds. It's a way
Yeah.
of reward you guys for the recruitment that everybody is doing across like every single place on Earth. So it's a way of rewarding you guys and working together for the dream. So yeah, I'm happy that we will have AJ later today.
Yes, and we will also have Luciano stopping by the brew tent with Santi and Jose and talking about the new marketplace that will be rolling out shortly as well.
Yes, yes, yes. I see Kimura getting ready, so I'll give the mic again to you, Ash, and to the guys.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for stopping by, Santi. Remember, after every presentation, the guilds will be heading on over to the brew tent where you, the audience, can go as well and have a more in-depth chat with each of them. Let's welcome back Chimera and give them the floor.
Thank you very much, ladies and gents. Sorry for that. That was an eye opener for our ugly mugs on the videos to give you a little taste. So let's go ahead and kick it over again. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the presentation. Chimera is a very strong community that is competitive and has a hunger and a drive to be a very strong, relevant part with representation in a world that has as a norm to leave diverse communities like ours out of the picture. Thanks to this, we cannot give ourselves the luxury to do things halfway. It's part of our DNA to give the best of ourselves, knowing that the eyes of the metaverse are upon us. Our organization was born with the objective of actually positioning the Spanish-speaking community as a competitive and upfront member of the Star Atlas and the Metaverse Society. As of right now, we're the Spanish-speaking guild with the most members within Star Atlas with over 3,000 people. Among those members, we have Cal, which is the largest Spanish-speaking content creator of Star Atlas with 10,000 followers.
Okay,
And
so it
also
seems
we
like we're
have
still
very important Spanish-speaking
having
NFT game
some
content creators
some
collaborating
technical
with us,
issues. I
also
believe
influencers
some of
with
the
hundreds of
streams
thousands of
are,
followers.
there's
In order to
audio
keep
on some
going,
of the
we have
streams.
also a referral
So I see it
program
in the
that awards
chat.
up
So
to
which stream
$2,500
is there
for
audio
Star
on,
Atlas ships to
guys?
bring members to the guild. As of right now, we're working on partnerships with venture capitals, launchpads, private investors, and other strategic alliances with guilds that have also vast resources at their disposal. We
I don't
will
know,
elaborate
Chimera,
about
maybe your
this in the
presentation was just
process
so
later
good that
along.
you guys
As
broke
of right now,
Discord.
in Chimera, we have several $1 million in assets that we'll keep private for obvious reasons. But we also know that this is not enough for everything that's coming, and it will be with our token, NFTs, aforementioned partnerships and associations, where we will able to drive in more assets to our community and our friends and allies.
Which
You know,
stream
there's
are
a
you
natural evolution
listening
going on, and
to,
that evolution is
Swags?
that guilds will accompany this new aspect that is Star Atlas and the metaverse. In Chimera, we call this the new generation of guilds, in which we seek to
Stream.
professionalize our
No,
community,
call
organize it,
actually.
coordinate it, instruct it, and give
Paul
resources
stream?
to accompany it. Our strategy is to keep adding value, and we will keep growing under a philosophy that represents us. We have amazing support from our community, and this is not a random. They do this because of the business models that we offer, and because these business models, we keep giving the community tools to build and grow in an individual and collective way. All this using as base the token based on our DAO, giving power to the people.
In Chimera, we have several business models that are up and running and others in a development phase. Some of these examples are the purchase of ships together through a DAO, an NFT collection that we have opened using our whitelist for said NFT collection that is also part of our lore. We also will manage assets acting as intermediaries between investors and players. We're also already looking for ways to offer scholarships to our members once the streaming aspect or gaming aspect of the game is available. Also, as an initiative, we have official merch that is an extra bridge or communication layer that we have in between us and our members, an extra layer of income. When it comes to our capital, 2.5% of said capital will be destined to finance projects within Chimera for its members. This part will work as an incubator for our startups. The idea is inspired by the Norwegian sovereign fund model, generating wealth for our members. Our primary business model will be based in our own token, all this through a DAO and gamifying our website and the operability in between the token and the holders. Our seed round will start the upcoming month after the launch of our white paper 2.0. When it comes to competitive advantages, we are a community that is 100% focused in Star Atlas. We have extra games within our guild, but these games are being used to prepare ourselves to be competitive and to go over mechanics that will give our members an edge within Star Atlas. Because of this, we have to rely on a very also competitive and top-notch leadership team. As an example of this team, we have professionals within the financial sector with vast experience in economics, international relationships, masterminds, scholars in politics, experts in the technology sector with emphasis in virtual reality and more, making us a solid and reliable team across all verticals. All these professionals meet on a weekly basis to discuss steps to take as we move forward within the metaverse and Star Atlas. Thanks to this, we are able to share content with AAA quality in everything that we undertake, from our NFTs, trailers, flyers, publications, lore, etc. Chimera always has and always will be chained to the gaming culture. It has been like this since its inception. Following these lines, Chimera is already establishing a collaboration network with other guilds that are dedicated not only to Star Atlas but other projects as well. But we are a community that is 100% committed to Star Atlas, like stated before. On the same side, we're also working on a website that will be totally gamified, in which our Chimera members will have their own avatar. They will be able to interact with their NFTs given by Chimera, have rankings, and more. Our community is really active, vibrant, and with an opinion from everybody that is valued on the same level. It is healthy and it's comprised of people from all walks of life. To Chimera, community is without a single doubt our most precious assets. So what do we do to promote our community and to add value to our community? Chimera, as an example, translates the Star Atlas Town Hall in live and in Spanish. The impact of this event is huge. As an example, in the other town hall, there were around 300 people following the main event on official channels, and we had over 100 people following our live stream of said event on our YouTube channel, which means that 25% of the people that were following the event were doing it through our official channels. In Chimera, we have an extent calendar that is packed with activities, and we have around 15 events that are tied to gaming on a monthly basis. We do this to be the bridge in between Star Atlas and the Spanish-speaking community. And we also translate every single aspect when it comes to content from Star Atlas, like leaks, announcements, Twitter spaces, and more. And we also have a monthly meeting in which we inform of all novelties that are tied to the guild, and when we also evacuate any doubts, receive critics and suggestions that are coming from our community. As you can see, Chimera is a living, ever-evolving entity and was born with the idea of being an organization based on diversity and respect from all forms of life. Within the metaverse or Star Atlas, Chimera is unwaveringly aligned on the side of the law, knowing that without compliance in it, coexistence becomes unsustainable. Chimera seeks to be the home for all entities that share its principles of understanding with respect, regardless of their species, race, gender, age, religion, or lack of, or level of wealth. Our tenets are honor, loyalty, honesty, respect, compassion, and courage, and righteousness. And we base our decisions on these, holding ourselves to the highest standards. Thank you very much for your time.
Bearing in mind that Chimera is the bridge of union between the Hispanic community and the Star Atlas, I would like to dedicate a few words in Spanish. Muchas gracias a todos por el apoyo Quimera, para nosotros es un gran honor estar como finalistas y puedo decir que ya a falta de tanto hemos conseguido nuestro primer gran objetivo, dejar a la comunidad hispana entre los mejores. I basically said that thank you very much to everyone for supporting Chimera. It is an honor for us to be finalists, and I can say that already we have achieved our first great goal, having the Hispanic Star Atlas community among the best. Now our intention is to achieve more goals. This last minute we would like to dedicate it to showing you the first chapter of our miniseries that talks about our ideals and philosophy. It's in Spanish, but we have attached subtitles so you can understand it. Thank you very much. Sumnes.
Quimera es una entidad interestelar que desarrolla sus actividades en el marco del disruptivo y maravilloso metaverso de Star Atlas. La unión es donde Quimera cimenta su potencial, de la sinergia entre todos sus componentes y su afán de superación individual y colectiva. Quimera desea medrar y perdurar en el tiempo. Por eso el crecimiento de todas sus partes resulta vital. Cada uno forma parte de un todo. Somos uno, pero no estamos solos.
Thank you very much, guys. I really hope it was something for your liking and put a lot of hard work in it. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Carl and Lucius. We're now going to head over to the judges, as I'm sure they have a question formed for you.
Hey, Ash. Yeah. Well, primero, muchas gracias por la presentación. As a good ambassador, I also speak Spanish, right? That's important. Secondly, I have two questions. So again, you're welcome to answer one or the other. One is regarding the token you're planning to launch. Why is it so important for your community to launch this token, and how is it a pillar of your guild? And the second question is, so obviously the Spanish speaking community is really in your DNA. I understand it, but how do you think that what Star Atlas will do for your members in the Spanish speaking community?
Yeah, thank you very much for the questions. De verdad, muchísimas gracias por darnos este espacio a la comunidad hispana. We think our token is important because it will not only add an extra layer of interaction in between us and our members, but it will also provide a source of income and be part of our long-term plan, which obviously we cannot detail as of right now to not spoil a little bit about what's going on. But it will have a lot of benefits that will allow our members to have a presence not only within Star Atlas, but also within our guild, to be able to earn, to be able to build businesses from the ground up, and to also to have a say in what goes on within our guild, and also what we offer not only to Star Atlas community, but to the entire metaverse. And also when it comes to the Spanish speaking community, we say that because our core team, obviously, todos somos hispanos, we all speak Spanish, but we're a welcoming crew. Our doors are open for anyone and everyone that wants to collaborate with us. We're actually doing that as of right now. We're reaching to numerous guilds and organizations in and out of Star Atlas to be able to widen our network of collaborators. So there are a lot of plans that are going right now to be able to be the most active guild within Star Atlas and the metaverse, and also outside of it. So I think we have the necessary tools to provide a good scaffolding for our community to be one that takes names within Star Atlas, that is on the forefront of Star Atlas, and that provides quality content for everybody that wants to join our cause. So again, thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. For a little more Q&A time with Chimera, go ahead and head over to the Atlas Brew with Santi and Jose, where the community
I'm doing good. Prepared, I think. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna get the screen right up now. Let's see. All right, thank you, thank you. Welcome everybody. I am Viking and Benny. I am the king of Heindel Industries, and I'm going to be presenting our guild here today with Artie and Craig. So, in early September in 21, Heindel Industries was formed, and we are a Star Atlas guild focused on ship manufacturing. Why is that? Well, our guild is also heavily based on the Viking lore, which, a bunch of violent raiders, well, yes, but also no. The Vikings were not just soldiers, they were farmers, traders, sailors, and actually some of the best ship manufacturing of their time. The Viking longships back in the days were cutting edge technology. They could carry large crews and gears upstream through shallow and small rivers and attack strategic key points far inland at a rapid speed. Our guild will be bringing some of the Viking routes into the future, and by that we will be a ship manufacturing guild to build the next generation of cutting-edge technology.
Thank you, Benny. Artie here, also known as Partyship in Discord and social channels. I would like to tell you a little bit about Atom, which is our creation from the Ooster origins, and it's our adaptive task-oriented management system. And what you see in front of you is a couple of charts that are time-stamped of today. And these are ever evolving, actually combining both a top-to-bottom management approach and more of a matrix-based approach to projects. As tasks come and go, we actually are able to add more teams and adapt. And as the tasks are completed, we're able to dissolve them and then move resources to the proper channels. And then, of course, we are an in-game team. We are focused heavily on gaming, so we will have a team dedicated to that aspect to be able to build and advance our guild in that space. And to tell you a little bit more about our guild building practices. So originally the guild was launched with a 250 member core that's designed specifically, it's a small number, but it's designed to focus on impact and control information as we're early in Star Atlas. And we, in a funny way, but we really make our new entrance work for a spot in a great hall, the Viking Hall, and the doors is our lovely member Grozar, and it's tough in the beginning, but it's fun. And once you pass those doors, you get to really enjoy and experience the family welcome from the Viking spirit. You get to really, really feel the clean organization of Discord, experience our community crypto raids through which we actually gain assets to be able to distribute to the members who participate as a continued reward of exploring the crypto space. So it's really, really fun. And then, of course, communication. We are, our marketing team is focused heavily on representing Heim and Star Atlas in every single social channel, and we're building more presence, generating more content in the time to come. And Benny can tell you a little bit more about our gaming efforts.
Gaming. We are a gaming guild after all. We are here for the gameplay of Star Atlas, but for the time being, gameplay is rather limited. So to interact and have fun with the guild, we do play other games together, both blockchain games and non-blockchain games. Apart from Star Atlas, we also play games such as EV.io and .shade. These are like first-person shooter game and racing games on the Solana blockchain, which we do enjoy, like fun competing gameplay together, not only among our own guild, but also among other Star Atlas guilds, which is present in these games. As of the off-chain games, we play Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, Stellaris, and more. As you can see in the image on the left there, this is from a game called Space Engineers, where one of our members built V Sesame in the game.
De hecho, aquí una pregunta para vosotros.
I'm
No
sorry,
sé
I'm getting
si
interrupted.
lo has podido ver. Nos acaban de llegar la información.
These are fun things we do while we're waiting for the Star Atlas to arrive.
Gracias al
Some of these
problema
space
que ha
games,
habido con
which we
nuestro-
believe. All right, sounds like we're good.
Go for it, Ben. Sorry.
all right. Some of these base games, which we believe Star Atlas will be similar to, we do have fun and practice setting up guild gameplay in preparation for Star Atlas. Not only that, but also to connect with the average gamers that's not on the blockchain, so that we can teach them about Web3 gaming and hopefully get more of these normal gamers, so to say, into the world of Web3 gaming. So I'm going to leave the word over to Craig here, and he's going to tell us about the guild asset management.
Great, thanks, Benny. Hi, everybody. So I'm Craig, also known as Nord on Discord and Twitter, and I'll be going over the guild's asset management strategy. So essentially, Heimdall Industries members collectively hold a pretty large inventory of Star Atlas in-game assets, such as ships like the Pierce C11 you see here, all the way on down to some of the extra smalls. Also, along with that, we've got quite a substantial holding of Polis and Atlas, along with structures, collectibles, and badges, some of which are in part due to some of our members' real foresight into being early investors in that original Rebirth campaign with the posters, which is great. Also to note, with some collaboration, Heimdall has worked to build out its own versions of a Star Atlas market and score web tools that a lot of the folks in the guild use on a regular basis, which has been really, really helpful as well. As far as treasury management goes, the intent for Heimdall Industries' guild portfolio is to pursue investments that generate strong portfolio growth while acting as a central repository for game assets and resources for the future use of guild members. In addition to that, the guild is currently exploring tools that incorporate multi-sig wallets, DAO applications, which can allow for digital asset diversification and fair distribution back to members, such as squads and like the Snowflake safe vaults type software. Now, as far as assets and growth of assets go, the plan is that the guild intends to start funding the organization's pool of assets through the future launch of an NFT collection that'll provide varying levels of utility and individuality for all stakeholders. And eventually, potentially a utility token launch, along with some other future in-game economic activities. In addition to this, there's also an arcade-style minigame that's in progress here at Heim called the Jet Jet Racer. We're hoping this will just be the first of many fun contributions to the community overall. Our primary goal is to become the most efficient premier shipbuilder in Star Atlas through specialized vertical integration, starting with raw material extraction through refining and crafting, all the way to final manufacturing and sales. Regarding the portfolio itself, the management and growth of the portfolio will be overseen by a team of key members with experience in both crypto and traditional finance investments. However, all major decisions related to Star Atlas Guild assets proposed by leadership will be held to a vote by members of the Guild. Finally, really our hope is that with the coordinated efforts of all Heimdall Industry Guild members into an efficient ship manufacturing DAC, That'll continue to support the Guild's digital asset growth while also maximizing the benefit to individual members for their contributions. Thanks a lot, and I'll hand it back over to Artie.
Thank you, Craig. Let's talk about future of crypto gaming. We spent a lot of time investigating, understanding, existing gamers, sort of like the hardcore gamers, old school gamers. We talked to our guild members. We talked to the crypto community, and we found out that there's an issue. NFTs, utility tokens, are kind of failing to provide that long-term value in the space. And to counteract that, from our initial research, we decided to potentially open the conversation on soul-bound tokens. We're actually investing a lot of guild resources into the research of the space to allow our guild members to gain the true one-of-one HIME identity and status-based assets that will be able to take them through the guild experience and potentially growing in the space as entities and establishing a status that's based on individual player. And Benny?
Yeah. Thank you everyone for for your time watching this. I have been stretching out for days to practice for speaking to a crowd. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and I think we're ready for some questions.
Awesome. Well, to be honest, I don't know why you were stressing out, Benny. You guys did an incredible job. It's always great having you up here. I know everyone loves hearing the voice of the Vikings at Heimdall. So great job, guys. We're going to head on over to the judges. Woo! We're going to head on over to the judges for a question.
Thank you for your presentation. It was wonderful to hear your ideas around the Vikings and into this area. My friend the Ooster was really happy to hear about it, but he wanted me to ask you some questions. As a shipbuilding manufacturer, and really what we are wondering about is, well, what have you done to prepare your guild in the future for the possibilities of pullbacks and increases in token prices in the marketplace? One of the other judges thought, maybe this is a Viking winter that you're in right now, and wanted to know what your ideas about from the recent times and then into the future are for your guild, shipbuilding, and tokenomics.
Benny?
Right, thank you for the question. So I'm really sorry. I don't know if I fully understand the question fully, but what we are going to do is to, first of all, gather as much information as we can on the possible outcomes of how we are going to be producing these ships. We don't know a whole lot yet about how we're going to do stuff, but for now, we are putting some of our, let's say we are reinvesting every Atlas that we are making with the staking from the ships that we currently have, and we are putting them into new ships, sort of compounding. And the idea is that some of these ships might be, used for accelerate construction of other ships in terms of scrapping and rebuilding. And yeah, we're not fully sure of this. There's a lot of open questions about the entirety of how we are going to manufacture these ships, but the main thing is that we are trying to gather as much information as we can possibly on the upcoming modules and how we are going to be playing the game, sort of.
In addition to that, collecting the data from our market management tools is helping us a lot. So it allows for Guild to collect information to be able to monitor the market, prepare our members. We are constantly involved in discussion with our Guild members, with the community. We, just trying to understand the market. And again, the soulbound tokens is sort of our way to psychologically prepare ourselves for volatility, even though we really strongly believe in Star Atlas and many other games in the space.
Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for your time, most of all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So, if you feel the desire to answer the call of Heimdall's Gallerhorn, head on over to the brew tent for a little deeper dive with Santi and Jose. All right, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heimdall. All right, guys. I don't know if you're ready for this next one. This next one, you guys, you are in for a serious treat right now. The Bassjackers are joining us today as they have prepared an awesome set just for COPA. So for those of you new around here, the Bassjackers play an important role in Star Atlas history as they have been a collaborative partner with Star Atlas since the Rebirth campaign. Now, you guys, I think we need to do something proper to get pumped for this next set. I want to see a party. I want to see you guys going all out in that chat. Show me your favorite dance moves, your favorite dance gifts. Let's get it really pumping and hyped in there because we definitely have a party going on for you right now. Everybody please give the Bassjackers a very warm welcome as their never before heard set takes over the main stage.
I think what Star Atlas is doing is reawakening our intergalactic curiosity, reawakening our intergalactic urges. There's a great line by Marina Benjamin when she said, when we dream of space, we dream of transcendence. We dream of what we might become. It is ourselves that we look into when we look out into space. And this is where the metaverse is so interesting. For I think what Star Atlas is rendering finally is a cosmos in which we can explore, a cosmos in which we have agency. We are not just passengers along for the ride, but we get to be pilots and steer this mythic intergalactic quest universe. And to that end, the fusion of those two things could potentially be unleashed by Star Atlas. It is our latest attempt, our latest iteration, the latest way station on our trajectory towards the Omega point. And when we dream of space, we dream of transcendence, and we dream of what we might become.
Energy measurement system initiated. Energy level critically low. For energy to raise, please clap. Please clap. Insert synthesizer. Energy levels are rising. Caution, the energy levels go up. Full energy levels reached. We're ready to go. This is the energy. Switch.
Turn the fucking bass up.
I'm tired of being what you want me to be, feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you, and every second I waste is more than I can take. I become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you.
Turn the bass up, bass up. Turn the fucking bass up.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. Be fucked up if you can't be right. Break it down. I need you to stay, need you to stay. Break it down. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. Realize the time that I wasted. I feel like can't feel the way I feel. Be fucked up if you can't be right. Be fucked up if you can't be right. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed. What goes on now? I've been so alone inside my mind. I don't know what goes on outside. I've been so alone inside my mind. I don't know what goes on outside. I've been so alone inside my mind. I don't know what goes on outside. I've been so alone inside my mind. I don't know what goes on outside. What goes on Crypto, blockchain, DeFi, hold, cashless, fiat, who buys gold? This rocket is going to the moon. Don't cash out or FOMO too soon. If I'm up on BTC, tonight the drinks on me. 'Cause this rocket is going to the moon. This rocket is going to the moon. To the moon, to the moon. This rocket, this rocket, this rocket is going to the moon. To the moon, to the moon. This rocket is going to the moon. Board ape, yacht club, crypto, got my dino warriors metallic dancing to this beat. Everybody, baby, watch him when Elon drops a tweet. Crypto, blockchain, DeFi, hold, cashless, fiat, who buys gold? This rocket is going to the moon. Don't cash out or FOMO too soon. If gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. You're my wonderwall.
dream of transcendence. We dream of what we might become. I think what Star Atlas is rendering is a cosmos in which we can explore, in which we have agency. We finally get to go intergalactic.
Holy cow, you guys, like, wow. I don't know about you, but I am completely just like blown away. That set was absolutely incredible. I may have been dancing a little bit in my home office. I mean, a little bit, let's be honest. I was rocking out over here in my office and in that chat with you guys. The party was legit. Space Jackers, that was freaking epic. Welcome to the stage, my friends. How are you doing today? Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I think like is an understatement. Like, I don't know about everybody else, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we loved that set. That was absolutely incredible. And you just dropped some awesome alpha on us too with a virtual DJ. That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Right? I'd say it's gotta be pretty. Yeah, I'd say that that's got to be pretty exciting, right? To be back on the road again and back in front of live audiences. Well, that's incredible. I mean, I'm excited for you guys to get up. Hi, Santi. Yeah. I think that would be absolutely incredible. And I do just want to give you guys a little shout out because, like Santi said, you have been here with us since the beginning in the Star Atlas community, since the Rebirth campaign. And I don't know if many of you know this, but there's also a really kick ass dance off video between the Bass Jackers and one of our virtual Oosters. You can check that out on their Instagram. It's hilarious. It's actually one of the first things that I stumbled upon when I found a Star Atlas. So I want to give you a huge thank you for that one. It's awesome. Yeah, it's a classic.
Marlon, Michael, hey man, you absolutely crushed it, dude. Thank you so much for jumping up here and throwing down a set for us. Everybody in our everyone in our team Discord is they want a copy of that cut, so we're gonna have to get that from you. Awesome, man. So great to have you here with us.
All right, cool. Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. That was absolutely incredible. I know the community has been vibing, and I think it really set the tone for the remainder of the day. I think we're all ready to just like party the rest of the day. I don't know how are you feeling about that, Santi? I definitely am. I'm pumped. We do. We do absolutely love you. So I do just want to give a huge thank you once again to Bass Jackers. Hopefully we can get a nice little cut of that set because that was epic and I think it really defined the vibe here that we're going for with Copa. So thank you again. Thank you for joining us